Hi there, thanks for watching the Off the Hook Crochet YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make crocheted ovals. And I have a couple different things to talk about in this video to help this make a little bit more sense. So this should be a repeatable task, and if you understand how to increase, this will be easier for you as you go along. So this oval here, you'll notice, is just slightly shorter. This one I made with an increase of 6, and this one was made with an increase of 8. If you don't know what that means, I'm going to show a couple examples here. This circle that I've crocheted was made with a factor of 6, and this one with a factor of 8, this one with a factor of 3. So as we can see, increasing each row by 6 produces kind of a slightly curved shape. Increasing by 8 produces a flat shape, like with a granny square. And increasing by 3 produces a cone shape. So the smaller the number of increases in each row as you progress, the sharper the incline is going to be as you go around and make all your rows. So that applies, the same principle applies to the ovals. It's not as prominent with 6 versus 8, but they'll do different things as you make your 3D works. So basically what we're doing when we make an oval is we're taking this circle and we're splitting it. We're adding the same increase pattern on each end of a chain that we start with. So you'll crochet single crochets along the sides with no increases. All your increases will be on the ends, like you're splitting 2 halves of a circle and putting them on each end of your oval here. So to get started, for these examples, I just made a small chain of 7, and I'm just going to repeat that here to give you the basics. So I start with a slip knot, chain 7, and when I crochet into a chain, I crochet through both loops on the chain. You don't have to do that. I just think it's a cleaner look. I like how it looks. So I start with the second chain from the hook, just like you normally do with single crochets in a chain, and crochet right down until you get to the last chain, or the first chain rather, that you made when you started. Okay, so we have one chain from the beginning. This chain you're going to make 3 single crochets, and as you do that, you can hide the little tail that's left over from the slip knot. You can just bury that underneath your stitches, rotate, and that's how we get around to the other side. Now when I crochet through both loops of the chain, I'm left with just that back bump that I stitch into on the other side. So I've made my 3 single crochets into that first chain, and I've rotated it. I didn't flip it. I rotated it to work on the other side of the chain, and I'm going to hide my tail in my stitches as I go. I'm going to make an increase in here. So I'm going to make 2 single crochets into this last stitch, or the other side of the chain rather. And that's the first round of my oval. So what I did was crochet on each side of the chain with straight single crochet stitches, and I have 3 on each of the ends. Now, just like you would to increase around a circle as you're crocheting in the round, you start with 6, I increase to 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. I'm going to increase with the same pattern on each end of the oval, and then along the sides there's just going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I start with an increase in my first stitch of round 1, and then I have 4 stitches along the sides, So I single crochet 4. And then when I reach the end where I have the 3 single crochets in that last chain, I'm going to make an increase in each one of these stitches. So 3 increases right next to each other. And then again on the other side, single crochet 4 along the side. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to do 2 increases in these last stitches. So I'll have 3 on each end. And there's my oval, the second round of my oval. So from here, I'm going to continue crocheting in the round. And just like you repeat the pattern for the circle, the third round would be 1 single crochet, then an increase. You would repeat 6 times around to get 18. In each of your increases, you're going to do 1 single crochet increase, 1 single crochet increase as you go around. And because we started with only 1 increase in the beginning of round 2, I'm going to start with 1 single crochet and then an increase 1 time here. And then I have 4 single crochets on my side. So as I make this oval bigger, I'm just going to keep 4 single crochets on my sides. And then as I repeat and make this oval bigger, I'll increase by a factor of 3 on each side, 6 total for the whole oval. Now the only difference between this factor of 6 oval and the factor of 8 is that in that last chain, I crocheted 4 stitches instead of 3. And when I began with a chain, I crocheted an increase. I started the row with an increase, and then I finished it with an increase. So I have 4 single crochets in that first round on each side. And when I increased, you can see here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 increases on this end instead of 3. So that's the only difference. I'm basically doing the same thing as when I make circles. I'm just increasing by a factor of 8 instead of a factor of 6. So I'm going to finish round 3 of this oval. And now I start the pattern of 1 increase, 1 increase, 1 increase, single crochet 4 along the side, and then I finish with 2 sets of 1 single crochet increase. So I'm going to finish the round with an increase here. So I can make this as big as I want. I can just keep going round after round. If you want to do this by joining your stitches with a slip stitch and not crochet in a spiral, that's up to you. But the same pattern still works. Just follow the same steps with the exception of making a slip stitch to join at the end of each round. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you.